And like somebody else said in the chat, you still didn't show a Negro tribe, you know what I mean, or group that was indigenous that set up shop there. You dig what I'm saying?
If you want me to name a tribe, I'll name Carunians. That's the oldest skeleton they have. Carunians.
Oh, hell no.
People you never heard of.
Carunians are a tribe or a people?
Yes.
Those are How long ago did they exist, and do they exist today? Who are the descendants of the Carunians? Teach us.
Northeast African people.
Northeast Africans. Be specific.
Egyptians, Sudanese.
Okay, so Egyptians and Southern Sudanese are the same type of people, is what you're saying right now.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Carunian, I wrote about it in an article. Carunian was like Jebel Sahaban people, and that's the oldest people you find in northern Egypt in the Fayoum Oasis. Those are the earliest farmers in Egypt. Come from that culture. How do they look? They look like people they look like Zulu.
Okay, so the ancient Egyptians, you're saying the Carunian people look like. Hold on, let me just quickly what you're saying. Let me get clarity on what you're saying, so I can understand, so we can continue the conversation. The Carunian people look like the Zulu people. That's what you said.
You want me to talk?
Listen, fam, listen.
It's not what I said.
Listen, we're talking. I'm trying to get an understanding so we can have an adult conversation. You just said hold on, for the audience and me and you. You just said the Carunian people look like the Zulu people.
You want me to quote that?
No, I'm just saying, you said that, correct?
I'm not saying it. I'm reporting from scientific data. And I quote, in an alt analysis on the Carunian skull, it was most similar to a female Tita sample, which is a group from Kenya. And the second similarity was with Tita males. The next similarity was with Zulu males and females.
So what I'm saying is you're pontificating and throwing in bullshit to confuse us. If you name this Negro or black tribe that is indigenous to North Africa, can you do that first? And then we go into the other stuff.
I named one.
Who?
The Carunian.
I named the Carunian.
Gullah said Carunian skull was 8,000 years ago. Idris said it was an outlier. So you're using outlier stuff?
It wasn't an outlier. How is it an outlier if it looked like the ones from 80, 60, 35, 20, 15, and 12?
You just said 80,000 years out your mouth. This is what we're dealing with. This is what I said. We're in a conversation dealing with stuff 80,000 years before there was an Egyptian nation state. This is crazy.
That's called data.
Okay, fine. I'm agreeing with you. So what I'm saying is, that's why when I came on, I first said, Cory and Sheffrain, 1,000 years is a long time. Here you is talking about 80,000 years. This is what the confusion. When you go back 80,000 years, you are clouding the basic argument.
Carunian is not 80,000 years, dude.
I didn't say they were.
All right, so
I'm saying what you just said. You made a statement out your mouth 8,000 to 80,000 years ago. This is clouding the argument on purpose. You have to stop this.
If you stupid, then it's clouding the argument.
No, it is you that is stupid and bullshit.
Hold on, Chief. Hold on. Yeah, let's get to the Carunian people. That's his claim right now.
They would have been mixed up. They would have been like early North Eritrea or North.
How do you know that?
Hold on, bro. Hey, hold on, bro. Y'all been talking. I ain't interrupt nobody, dog. Come on.
What's your proof?
Let me talk. Let me talk. Damn, nigga.
It's the Epipaleolithic group that you was talking about.
Yeah, you talking about 6,000 to 5,000.
What you was reading, Chef.
You talking about North Eritrea speakers or North Afro-Asiatic speakers, and of course they do have Nilo-Saharan inputs that went into them areas too. But the majority of them people would have been North Eritrea or North Afro-Asiatic speakers, at that time.
Oh yeah, but this is a physical anthropology discussion, not a linguistic discussion, and not a genetic discussion, right?
Are you kidding me, Gullah? This is the Fayoum.
That's the Fayoum. Those are the earliest people of the Fayoum. That's how you look.
You know who the Fayoum is, Chef. Come on, man.
Look at the Nilo-Saharan people.
Chef, we know who the Fayoum niggas is. Come on.
Yeah, but how they look though? How they look?
Look, we know they had Circum. We know where the Circum come from, but it was all mixed in with other shit.
Remember they was calling me Fayoum.
They had other shit. They had boiling and other shit.
How they look? How they look though, Gullah?
Chef, you don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember the Fayoum conversation.
Yeah. Like we have a discussion about physical anthropology. We have a discussion about physical anthropology.
Bro, I say Nilo-Sahareans was there mixing with the people. What the heck mean what they look like? You know what they look like.
Because we have a discussion about
physical anthropology. Mixed population. You're gonna have the group. Some of the groups that came there gonna have the in between shit.
That's defiant.
These ones look like Tita and Zulu. Okay.
To who?
These ones look like Tita and Zulu. This is what you can pull from a source. So if you think Zulu are mixed, then okay, I agree with you. But this is not about
Nilo-Saharean input, bro. Yeah, outliers, of course, too.
Okay, but this is a physical anthropology discussion.
When anyone bring outliers up, that means they're losing the discussion.
How is it an outlier if people if it's
this is like when you look at the taboo people. They obviously mixed, but yeah, you're gonna see some of them that look fully Nilo, you're gonna see some of that mixed with little Berber. That's what happened with mixed populations, bro. Like you talking about.
Again, how is it an outlier if you're looking at 30,000 years of continuity? What is the outlier?
Nobody's looking at no 30,000 years of continuity. Stop making up stuff on here.
If you just read about samples that are 35,000 years old being similar to Khoisan and Zimbabweans in South Africa, where are Zulu at? South Africa.
Chef and Cory, let me ask one basic question.
You see how we doing that?
Let me ask
one. I'm bringing sources to the table every time. They better shut the hell up. I'm bringing that shit.
Let me just ask one basic question to shut all this down. It's not even real. All this stuff isn't even that necessary. Chef and Cory, have you heard the name of a tribe or nation that's Negroid, that's indigenous to North Africa? What is this tribe or nation's name?
Karunians.
Okay, how long ago were the Karunians? Because my initial claim was it better be within 6,000 years.
Right, exactly.
How about Badarians?
I'm saying it was only one.
In other words, what you're talking about is something past the time frame I claim.
How about NAQADA?
Yeah, the Badarians had mixed affinities, bro. Even according to sources.
Gullah. Here's the point. You're saying that, but listen for a second. He gave us a list of sub-Saharan Negroid tribes. He read from tribes from that list and said, this is what I'm talking about when I say sub-Saharan African Negroids. Look at this tribe. Now, with that in mind, if I look at the Badarians and they have crania that overlap with people on that tribe's list, that proves him wrong. Do you understand that concept? That's pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got it.
On the limb and say, don't bring the fire and feed culture to the table.
Why? Because they look like Zulu?
No, it was only one scholar too, bro.
That's all we got is one. And the one looked like Zulu. Zulu and Tina. Kenyans and South Africans.
See, he's talking over you, Cory. He's going to talk over you, Cory.
I can't hear you. Cory.
Make sure he be quiet while you talk.
The only reason they comparing it to Zulu because you have some Nilo-Saharan populations, though, bro. That's why, bro. Especially if they saying they look like some Kenyans.
Check this out. The Karunian skull was compared to an extensive collection of 2,521 human crania from 28 different populations analyzed with up to 82 diagnostic measurements. This collection is known as the William W. Howes Craniometric Data Set. That's what they compared it to. That's in the document that I wrote with the link and the citation. Citations 55 to 58. There's 3 of them. Like, what are we doing here? We either having a discussion where y'all gonna respect the scientific dialogue, which is the sources that are in the article, or y'all just gonna say stuff that's unsupported. If I bring up a sample and it's similar to Zulu, you can't say, oh, that don't count. No, that is what it is. If I bring up another sample and it matches with people, and by the way, Tita and Zulu are on your list of sub-Saharan African Negro tribes. That's the point. You see people that look like that, we're not there. And I'm saying those people look like that, and they were there.
African teacher is filibustering and all over the place nervous, trying to make y'all feel that he's right on chronology. Mm-hmm. This cat has went to Neanderthal times on us. Case is closed with this dude.